तन्हा यहाँ पे जीना ये कोई बात है, कोई साथ नहीं मेरा यहाँ तो ये कोई बात है। किसी को प्यार दे दे, किसी का प्यार ले ले, इस सारे ज़माने में यही प्यारी बात है। तन्हा तन्हा यहाँ पे जीना ये कोई बात है, कोई साथी नहीं मेरा यहाँ तो ये कोई बात है। I am looking for some friends. My Sangha. Since 2018, I traveled far and wide, through many nations and villages, through all kinds of spaces, through a million faces. I flew and fell in and out of love a zillion times over. And yet, here I am, still looking for some friends. My Sangha. In this 9-year-long journey of looking for these friends, I realized that I'm not feeling this utter crazy isolation because of the lack of people, as there are many who would like to be my friend, but the lack of the ones who I would like to be friends with. I know I'm interesting, but rarely am I interested. The opposite is also true. Sometimes I'm interested, but perhaps not interesting enough. Mostly too wild to others. So then also I know they were never going to be my friend anyway. The Sangha I'm looking for are, turns out, no ordinary wild creatures. They are the ones who listen deeply, without interrupting. They stay and don't just leave when I talk about my deepest grief or fears, or when I let my 9-tailed fox out. No, they aren't the ones who suddenly pick up their phone right in the middle of a sentence coming from the deep, deep ocean inside of me, or the ones who ghost when I have poured my heart out to them. My Sangha is the one spilling poetry through their human lips attached to bodies that cannot help but dance all fucking weird. They can't simply undo that and speak like normal people do. Normal, straight, ironed, packaged straight, ironed, packaged for perfection, for virality. Normal, walking in straight lines, following all the rules, never speaking a word of dissent, even if it kills them inside, silently. Normal, floating on the surface with a smile. No, that is boring for me. Those normals make me feel alone. So I look for crookedness, for imperfections. Women with cellulite?
Yes, now we are talking.
For the ones who wear torn, colorful clothes, who dare to break the monotony of this boring world by dancing on the airport, sticking their tongues out at strangers, at unsuspecting kids. I search vastly for the ones who dare to get angry, wild, fired up in safe community spaces. The mad ones who the normals look down upon, run away from, asking them to get psychiatric help. I look for the ones who cry easily, who laugh loudly, and the ones who hug like there's no tomorrow. I search for the ones who talk openly about how they have felt, like they don't belong here and have wanted to kill themselves. Yet nothing feels more alive than their body expression, laughter, and rage. My Sangha doesn't hang out on the surface, but instead traverses the deep oceans of their being, and so aren't fearful of swimming with me there, in the deep oceans where our screams live, unscathed, free, our only home. They don't confuse friendship with coaching or mentorship or therapy. There is no transactionality or a savior complex in them. So when a conflict arises, instead of ghosting, defending, deflecting, and dismissing, they can respectfully pause. Self-reflect and resolve to go deeper with me. I look around me. I look everywhere for them. I look deep into people's eyes who quiver and quickly look away, a dead sea, self-absorbed. My Sangha don't talk endlessly about themselves, one story after another, and then restlessly wait for their turn to speak when I'm speaking. Rather, they just be with this quality, which is neither just patience nor just being. In Hindi, there's a word for this quality, thehrav. It means pausing. From within this existential loneliness, I long for a Sangha who embodies thehrav. thehrav se yaad aaya. This week we tried to put our first ever team together for 108 app. A graphic ninja and a video monk. I mean, to create a bodhisattva type AI, Roxy, the phone, we reckoned we would need monks and ninjas in our team. We would be developing our YouTube, Instagram, Substack, and Ko-fi channels. I mean, it makes full sense, market before finishing the product. Because we literally need $1 million, okay, to build a phone and all. Moolah, right? But they both quit after 2 days. Reason unclear. We can only assume that Planet 108 isn't everyone's cup of tea. Even to work on this project means to come face to face with one's deepest self, with all that's hidden. Trauma, triggers, sadness, fear, anger, all that we demonize, something not to be talked about. The stuff we shove under the carpet and suppress with all kinds of stimulants, nicotine, Netflix, scrolling, and even fake community. We realized we need humans who are deeply connected with their inner self to even just edit a thumbnail for this project. And perhaps me too. I too am learning to tell the truth, but tell it softly.
This one right here.
And never stop telling the truth. Right, Cuckoo? Yeah, I do have one team member though, Cuckoo, as my mentor. Her advice I can trust. She's an independent cat, you see, who was abandoned by her family and then half-heartedly fed by our landlords. I don't judge them. They didn't really ever wanted a cat. For a couple of years, who tried to send her away to another home, but she always found her way back to this property. 3 months ago, Rick and I adopted her. At first, she wouldn't even let us touch and ran away so fast, so scared. Now, I can hold her for a few seconds and she sprawls on the floor. And this week, after spending most of her time sleeping on the top of the almirah, she slept on the sofa. I was looking for her everywhere and found her at her very new spot. This felt like a major win for us as a team, by the way. I reckon she has seen some really tough times, undergone big trauma for the little being that she is. And now, she teaches me patience just by her presence. I walk softly around her. I let her be. I don't know if she would ever cuddle with me, but I trust that she can learn to trust humans one day. For someone that experienced, I can trust them to guide me wisely.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I am getting my cuddles from the cats at my Ashtanga teacher's place where I am practicing every morning. Well, most mornings. And sweating like a pig, which I very much enjoy. Fun fact, Rick told me pigs don't actually sweat at all. But like, why are we sweating like pigs? Maza bhi or saza bhi. Maza from saza.
Thanks, Papa.
Haha. Reputations, discipline, strong arm, strong core, still mind. Ashtanga yoga purifies the body in and out. And this, what I'm practicing, is traditional. So you learn the whole sequence slowly and then repeat every day except full moon, new moon, Sundays, and
My period. 3 days of my bleed.
yeah, these days I rest. This practice isn't just a sequence building discipline and strength. Yoga in itself for me is a way of life. It teaches me how to be. And as my late Iyengar yoga teacher Tatiana said, don't just do it. Watch what you're doing. Recently, my current Ashtanga teacher shared some beautiful lines about Ashtanga which struck a deep chord with me. When you come out for disagreement, instead of quickly building a story about who was right or wrong, you pause for a moment. And gently ask yourself, what was my part in it? This is Swadhyay, self-study, not blame, just honesty softened by awareness. I love it. It's like instilling the quality of non-duality. I love that. And there's some beautiful humans I'm practicing with. We all keep each other accountable, motivated to keep showing up and do the practice even on days when we are exhausted. That's why we need a Sangha, you know what I mean? But do you remember my body journal that I talked about in the first episode? Yeah, I couldn't really maintain it this month, this whole month. Life has been full, really full. I've been a bit hyper-focused on my imperfections again this month. Dark circles, cellulite. Yet last night I met Anurag V, my NCS schoolmate. Are you watching, Anurag? I looked at his aging face and said, what a wonderful privilege it is to watch you get old.
Wow.
We both smiled at each other. I cried when I wrote this dream down. Maybe my psyche is reminding me of the beauty of wrinkles, cellulite, and tear-throughs. There's a name for it. It's not dark circles fully, it's like a tear-through, it's like a dip in under your eye. You get it. But there's another journal that I've been filling non-stop, by the way. My work journal,
Yes, now we are talking.
inspired by the Pleiadians, the alien high-tech being who visited me in my cave home in Dharamkot a little over a year ago, carrying the codes of thehrav, or the number 13.